Hello, Joe.
Hey, Alex.
How you doing, man?
I am doing well. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Great. I'm very happy to be here and finally do this interview or conversation with you because I love your guitars, man.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
So I wanted to talk to some people who maybe don't know about this Brazilian brand, but my journey with Carrozza started in 2018 when I came to a music festival, kind of like NAMM, and I was going to meet one of my favorite Brazilian guitarists, Vídeo, and
Okay.
many people know him for his impeccable skill to imitate the style of Yngwie Malmsteen. So I came to meet him, and he was playing on stage, and as I was walking around, I could see all the guitars, and then I saw yours, and I noticed that they were different than what I was used to. I think what stuck out the most to me was this design that you have in the middle, this piece of wood. I really liked it. I thought it was unique, and when I picked it up, it felt like a very high quality guitar. So I fell in love with it right away.
Okay. Only Brazilian woods. This guitar I was made with only Brazilian woods.
Okay. And that's one thing I noticed a lot of Brazilians, they love the foreign brands like Fender, Gibson, and stuff. And when I was looking at prices, I thought they were very expensive in Brazil,
Okay.
a lot more expensive. And I thought, well, if I'm going to spend that much money on a basic level guitar, I could spend a little bit more and get something totally custom.
Okay.
So that was my goal. And so I started doing more research about your company and how you make the guitars, and I liked that you use the CNC machine to make everything perfect and uniform. And I just knew that I had to get in contact with you and find out more on how do I get an order made.
Okay, Joe. Thank you very much, my friend.
You're welcome. So some of the things that I especially liked and that I needed a custom guitar is because I am a big fan of Yngwie Malmsteen. I love to do the scalloped necks, and Alex, he uses a CNC machine and he gets it done perfect every time, and he also follows the radius of the guitar. So many people, from what I understand, they'll use a file and they'll maybe cut it just straight across, and it doesn't follow the radius of the guitar. And with Alex's, it's perfect every time.
Thank you.
Yeah, and other things too is that in the United States, Brazilian wood is exotic and it costs more and it's hard to import. And they actually stopped using rosewood for the fingerboard in a lot of guitars because it's so expensive and it's going extinct. I think there isn't a big supply of this wood, from what I understand. So the manufacturers like Fender, they are using more, like this is Palfero. Or maybe we call it Palfero. I don't know how we pronounce it. It's hard for me because I speak Portuguese too, so I'm used to pronouncing it the way it is in Brazil.
That's perfect. Palfero.
So, but I don't like really dark fingerboards, but yeah. So because I've been playing guitar has been a part of my life for about 26 years or more, since 1996. I started playing. My parents, they bought me a used acoustic guitar, or here they call it a violon, and it was cheap, $100 maybe, and they said, okay, well, we can buy you this cheap guitar, and then if you continue to practice and you get better, maybe you can get that electric guitar.
Okay.
So then my first electric guitar was a Jackson Randy Rhoads V guitar, red, and I played all the time. That's all I did. Was I went to
I love it. I ran the road.
Yeah. So I played a lot, and then my parents, they really liked it. And then after that, it has always been a passion of mine to play music. But with life, it gets complicated and busy. And I started college. I went back to school, and then I don't play as much. But I've been playing for so long that I feel like I have a lot of skills, but it's hard to describe.
Okay.
But I cannot go back to a cheap guitar anymore. So when I was shopping for a guitar here in Brazil, because I live here half the year, I didn't want to buy a cheap guitar, but I didn't want to buy a Fender or another U.S. brand or a Japanese brand because I didn't feel like it was worth the money. And I feel like you get a lot more money, or more value out of these guitars from Carrozza. And so, and I also wanted to do it exactly how I wanted. I liked that I could talk to Alex, and I could tell him exactly what I was looking for. And I chose every piece of wood. Every piece of wood, I said exactly how I wanted it. So
Every little space.
even the nuts. I chose specifically this roller nut. I mostly, my favorite guitars are usually Ibanez. I respect Fender and Gibson, but I think I'm more of a Super Strat person, and that's why I love this model. It's called the STX, and I got the custom, or deluxe. I don't know.
Deluxe.
Yeah. So I got the STX Deluxe here, and I guess I can go through all the different woods. So the top here is what they call embuia, or is it Brazilian walnut?
Brazilian walnut.
Yeah, Brazilian walnut. And then the back is genuine mahogany.
Brazilian mahogany.
Yeah, Brazilian mahogany. This is all Brazilian wood, except I think the fingerboard is this Bolivian.
Yeah.
From Bolivia.
But we have many types of pau ferro in Brazil.
Yes.
We have a wood name called is I don't remember the name, but the pau ferro is the name for the 4 or 5 kinds of wood in Brazil. Okay. I don't remember the name. We can put on the legends. And all. But this pau ferro is we bought in Brazil, but they extract in Bolivia.
Okay.
At Bolivia.
Yeah, in Bolivia.
In Bolivia,
Yeah.
okay.
Extracted are from Bolivia.
From Bolivia.
Yeah. So, and then the neck. So many people here, they I want that maple. They want the maple. And here, it's not native. Maple wood is not native to South America. So you have to import it, and it's expensive. And you can get a different wood. This is called pau marfim. And I even wanted it. Flamed, and you can see. I just love the way it looks when you move the guitar in the light.
Look at this.
Yeah, and it's almost equivalent to a maple. I don't really. You have a lot of guitar snobs, or wood snobs is what I call them. They'll say that, I can hear the difference. I can't hear the difference really. And it's all Brazilian. I think the only thing that's not Brazilian on this guitar is the bridge and maybe the switch and the pots on here and the tuners, that they're all gostou. And but otherwise, yeah, the pickups, these are Brazilian made from our buddy Érico. He runs the place called Malagoli Pickups. So you got something like here. I forgot the model. of this, but it's kind of like a DiMarzio
Super distortion.
a super distortion.
Super distortion.
And then this middle pickup is
Mike Lindau.
Mike Lindau.
Mike Lindau.
And then this is what they call the silent strat. So this is I don't know, it's a single coil with
Double coils.
yeah, double coil. So it's like a silenced. I don't even know how. It's not even stacked, but it's
Like a
it's a mini humbucker.
Mini humbucker.
Yeah, it's like a mini humbucker.
Excuse me. The name is Caviuna.
Caviuna.
Caviuna. Caviuna is the name for the 4 or 5 models, the wood models in Brazil.
Okay, species?
Species.
Yeah,
Species.
species, yeah.
Species.
Okay.
Wood species in Brazil.
Okay.
Sorry for my English. Sorry.
It is not a problem. I've been speaking Portuguese for about 7 years, and I still make mistakes. Even in English, I make mistakes.
Okay.
But yes, I really love this guitar, and this is the second STX that I bought. I have another one that has some more. It has like the flame maple top. It has a flame maple fingerboard, but also I got it scalloped, of course, because it's just my style of music. I play with a lot of bends. I play with a lot of vibratos. And to me, that's very important. And big jumbo frets. And this has stainless steel frets, so it's nice and smooth. And the vibratos are nice and smooth. And I love this thing. And then some other special things about this guitar is I also have push-pull. So for the volume knob, this one reverses the phase. So when I'm in positions 2 and 4, it'll reverse the phase between these two pickups and give that really cool Paul Gilbert type sound that you hear on a lot of his albums. And then also I have this one for the tone that will change this bridge pickup from series and parallel so that it sounds kind of like a single coil. So this guitar is very versatile.
Okay.
Yeah. But I definitely love this guitar. I love the way the embuia looks. I love figured woods.
Thank you, John.
So I am very glad to have met you here and your guitars.
Okay.
I can't recommend this enough, this company, because Alex, he talked me through every step. We discussed everything that I was looking for. He confirmed that everything was correct, and if I needed to make a change later, there was no problem. It was very easy to work with Alex.
Thank you.
Yes. So that's pretty much my story. But I also wanted to talk about some of the other guitars that Alex has. So one other very interesting thing about Alex's company is he does true temperament. And from what I understand, you are the only guitar maker who does true temperament in Brazil.
Yes.
Or in South America.
In South America, yes. Only Carrozza.
Yeah. And I think there might be only one person. I'm not sure how many people in the U.S. I think Kessel, I can never pronounce that right. I think they do true temperament as well. But I don't know if he does it or if he sends it to another guitar maker to do the true temperament. But there's very few people who know how to do this. And for people who do not know what true temperament is, maybe you've seen guitars with those fan frets, and it kind of helps because with the intonation of the guitar. So no matter where you're playing, this note and if you had a 24 fret, the 24 fret would sound the same pitch, and every chord is in tune, as opposed to, I think, the C chord is really the only chord that is in perfect tune for guitars. Yeah. And this one is everyone.
All the charts,
yeah, all
in the perfect tune.
Yeah. And
all the notes too. All the notes.
Yeah. And it's different. And people think, oh, can you bend? Yeah, you can bend. You can bend just fine. It takes a little getting used to, even with bar chords. But eventually you get used to it. And yeah, I find it very interesting, this true temperament. And then some other guitars that I find interesting here.
Stella.
The Stella.
Stella.
Okay, now this thing is a work of art. This is the model of Stella. It feels very comfortable. And it kind of reminds me of a mix between almost like a Gibson. The neck feels kind of like a Gibson, and it has a little bit of weight to it. But it definitely looks a lot better, I think. I'm sorry, even though I live in Wisconsin and Les Paul, I have respect for Les Paul, but Gibsons weren't really a big guitar for me.
Okay.
But I don't know if there's anything you wanted to describe about this guitar. It looks like it has a flame maple top.
Flame maple top. Mahogany too.
Mahogany. And then this neck is Cabriuva?
No. It's not Cabriuva. It's Peroba Rosa.
Peroba Rosa. And then these the stringers here.
This
Is that Sucupira?
no, it's not Sucupira. It's rosewood. In Brazil, we call Jacarandá Paulista.
Okay. And
It's
so,
another species of rosewood.
Okay.
Rosewood Paulista.
and it's native to São Paulo then? Is that why they call it Paulista?
State of São Paulo.
Yeah, for the state of São Paulo.
This is a rosewood, the Brazilian rosewood.
Okay, and then, yeah, the fingerboard is Brazilian rosewood, and
The mountain rings, it's Brazilian rosewood
okay,
too.
yeah, and the pickup mounts, they're Brazilian rosewood as well. And it also has all the binding. I mean, this is a very high quality guitar. And why would you believe me to know what a high quality guitar? Because I do. I own U.S. made Fenders. I own Prestige line model Ibanez's. I've played on Paul Reed Smiths and everything, and this is definitely a custom shop quality guitar for sure. All of them are really.
The next is Viper.
Okay. So what's interesting about the Viper is, like, remember when I was saying that guitars are expensive in Brazil, especially imported ones. Here you can get, I don't know how much. Well, today, so as of September 17th of 2022, this guitar has a cost of 4,300 reals. So that's, I don't know the conversion offhand, but probably around $800 US dollars. Yeah. In current, and I always say the date because the values of exchange change. But I mean, you get a high quality instrument for a very affordable price. I mean, this is definitely meets, I would say, like even like a standard U.S. Stratocaster, and you get quality stuff. It looks like all the hardware is Gostou, man. Gostou. So you have a Gostou fixed bridge, 2 humbuckers, and then this is this Palmarfin?
Palmarfin too.
Yeah. So I would have almost thought that this was maple, a maple neck, but yeah, you can't really beat it because I went to several guitar stores and you could buy something made in China and it was maybe $200 US, and you look good. I felt like I just couldn't touch it anymore.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, so I think for someone who, especially who is starting out, who wants a quality instrument that'll last a long time, stay in tune, will feel good. I don't think you can go wrong with these Vipers. I know, Alex, you were asking me to come up with a good name for your baseline product, and I could not think of a name. And when you told me that, you have the Viper, I was like, that's perfect. I thought the Viper is an awesome name for these, and yeah. So if you were looking for a starting guitar, or if you want something that you want to go on stage and you don't want to worry about abusing the guitar.
Okay.
And spend too much money because on stage, guitars take a lot of abuse.
Thank you.
Yeah. So if you, I don't know. I don't really know what else to say about the Viper. But yeah, this is the baseline model.
This is the next model is LPX.
Okay, so how I was bad mouthing Gibson guitars. Here is you said the LPX.
LPX.
Okay, yeah. So this is the LPX line. So if I don't even want to think how much it costs to buy a Gibson Les Paul here in Brazil, but you could get one of these that are handmade in any color that you want. Excellent quality.
Thank you.
And this one, I think, Alex, you did something special to make sure that G string does not go out of tune, right? You made the headstock difference.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm looking for the perfect headstock for this model because I love stay in tune. This strings is straight ahead.
Okay.
Straight ahead through the headstock.
Okay.
But we need to change the headstock, and I looked for a new model.
Okay.
But I found this. That's great.
Yeah. Yeah, because everyone who plays a Les Paul knows that G string goes out of tune all the time. So with this one, that does not happen. It doesn't happen. So, and that pretty much goes through a lot of...
And choose very important. This headstock is not broken.
Okay.
Because you can up in the guitar like this, like your foot.
Okay.
And they not broke.
Okay. So he was saying that that
it's a very reinforcement system.
Yeah. So a lot of people, you know, if you're traveling with your Gibson, and a lot of people the headstock will break during travel. This thing you could probably stand on
Yes.
it. I think you have some videos.
Yes.
Showing it. You'll have to check out the video. I'm sure they could put a link or something in the video to show you of them standing on this guitar. It's crazy. It won't break. It's very well made and very sturdy and strong guitar.
Okay.
And it has that heavy, just like the Les Paul. That's probably why I don't like it, because I'm used to the S series Ibanez guitars. So anything is heavy.
Okay.
Yeah. So that kind of goes through a lot of your lineup, or your the different models of Carrozza guitars.
Okay. Thank you, John. Thank you, Joe. Not John. Joe. Thank you, Joe. You are my old friend now.
Yeah.
I like very much you and your family. Thank you for your support all the time for me. You are a good friend. A good friend.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.